Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. So I have a question. What is Sheila still doing in that hospital room? She should be on a plane going, well, anywhere. I, I'm sitting there looking at this whole thing and I'm like, this would only make sense if none of this makes any sense. Um, the hell am I sitting there saying? So Sheila is there waiting, wondering, squirming, acting like a damn crackhead, and it turns out that Steffi may wind up being repressing her memories out of trauma, which is why she can't sit there and answer Ridge's question as far as who did it. Even after just getting some water, she just doesn't know. And when Bridget comes in there, she kind of confirms that more or less, like it could be trauma. Um, it may come, it may not come, it may take a while. We just don't know. So at this point, I'm thinking, Sheila, what she's saying is that you have a head start. You should take that and go. Instead, she is just there the entire time. And, there's a couple of times where Reg is like, yo, listen, shut up. Because she was like, no, 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 don't push. I've seen these type of cases. I'm like, Sheila, what the hell are you still doing in this damn room? Dead serious. Um, After that, they go outside. One second. So after everything, they all go outside, and Taylor's really happy, and Ridge is really happy, and Sheila is still just there. And I'm sitting there looking at this whole thing. I'm like, well, Sheila, for reasons that I don't know, they're not letting you see Finn's body one last time. And with that being said, they don't really want you there. So you should probably just leave. What are you still doing there? What do you plan on doing? You plan on knocking her off when what? Everyone's away? I mean, everyone has been there damn near 24/7. So what is your plan? Because now you're just kind of hanging there to be hanging there, acting like a damn weirdo. Um, After a while, Rich is like, listen, I get it. I want you to find your peace. I want you to be okay. But right now, I really just want you to go. And to be honest, I don't think Stephanie wants you here either. Taylor tries to stick up a couple of times, and Taylor's like, "No, she's Hayes' grandmother, and she's part of the family." And Rich just he turns around and looked at her like, "I'm sorry, what? What did you just say to me? Did you say she's part of the family? That can't be right. That's not right, right? Did you hit your head? Like, what's going on with you?" And he's literally like, "Yo, listen, I want you to leave." Now at this point, Taylor's like, listen, I gotta tell him. And she tells him about Sheila saving her life. And, Ridge looks at her, she looks at Taylor. Well, he looks at Taylor, then he turns around and he looks at Sheila. And I'm looking at this whole thing and I'm like, there's a good chance that he can actually still be pissed off at Sheila. Because once he heard about the whole events, about her trying to jump off the building and everything like that, and Taylor saving her, and now she winds up off the nearly off the building. I'm sitting there thinking that may actually make him more upset because now at this point you done endangered her life. That's the way I look at it. You done endangered her because of what you're doing. So I don't know if that's actually going to put him in a better mood, like as far as being grateful, or just in an even worse mood because of now she's almost in danger. Or she was almost in danger. Guess we'll just have to sit there and wait until Monday morning, or afternoon anyway. Now the rest of this episode, I'm gonna be honest, I could just did without. I really could have. You got Zende and Paris and Liam and Hope talking about how Steffi's so great and she's gonna be a fighter and this, that, and the third, and we're gonna be there for her and just being all super positive. And I think that's great. I think it's great. Didn't really add anything to it. I mean, We already got that for the last past couple of days. Why are we just revisiting this for? I don't really get that. Um, and then of course Hope and Liam. I mean, yeah, Hope and Liam going there, and they're just pretty much wishing her well and speedy recovery, and we're gonna be there for the kids, and this, that, and the third. It's the same stuff that both of them was snit this saying when they went into the room separately. So now we're just getting the exact same thing, except for they are both there. Oh, and Carter eventually is going to sit there and show up. Now, I'm going to be honest, if this dude's supposed to be so called Rich's best friend, I would have already expected him there. I thought about that when I was at work, and I'm like, didn't they sit there and say that Ridge and Carter were, like, at the very least, close friends? The hell are you at? I mean, I get it as work and everything like that, but like, where the hell are you at? um, I don't know. I feel like at this point, I don't want to sit there and complain about the same things over and over again. As far as like, all right, there's another scene with stuff is in the hospital, stuff now she's awake, and not really saying anything much. It's like we're still back at the hospital setting. We're still back there again. I just. I mean, stuff is happening. I think that's great, but I'm also just like, there are other characters too. Like, we could have just took turns. We could have went back to that, story with, Grace and Carter and Paris. We could have went there too. Are we gonna actually gonna go back there at some point, or this was a okay episode? I could have did without Liam, Hope, Zende, and Paris because they didn't really do anything. Um, but I felt like they were just kind of there to run out the clock anyway. And yeah, I feel like that's about it. Wasn't a super great episode. Wasn't a terrible episode either. It's just like, not really. You're not really missing much if you didn't watch it because nothing really moved forward except for the whole, Ridge knowing about what Sheila almost did, and now, how she also saved Taylor's life. Other than that, you didn't really miss anything. You could have just, well, either watch my review or go to any Reader's Digest and, Soap Opera Digest and just sit there and read it there. With that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.